You need therapy. And she said straight to me, you crossed a line.
Instances that I felt like Nicole is going over a line when it came to me and my parents, and you need to get into therapy. But I don't like putting my stuff on people. And
I mean, listen, I mean, you know, the thing is though, because of what she's been through, I can understand why going to therapy would be a hard thing to process. It would be a very hard thing to process. So I'm not even going to sit here and judge her for, you know, not wanting to go to therapy, you know, because she was never really exposed to a helping hand in her life. So why would she want to go to someone to help her? You know, especially given some of the things she says in this episode, you know, revolving around, you know, lack of trust in people. So I do get it, you know, and I think that's something is, I guess her trauma has to be taking accountability. But at the same time, though, I hope she gets to that point where she wants to get help. And now, help doesn't have to be from a therapist, you know, because to be honest with you, sometimes it's just all about being around the right people, and then, you know, it can help you go, you know, really far. So let's just say, obviously, her life goes really, really well with the depots, and she learns to trust them, and they show that she can trust them by sticking to their words, all that kind of stuff, all those things that have created these insecurities and all these things that's made life hard for her. Those things can actually help somebody, you know what I'm saying? Because then they see things in a different way. But usually that helps people who are more of a critical thinker, people who are more open to recognizing the patterns of good, you know, and not necessarily sticking with the bad. You know, those people don't necessarily always need a therapist, you know what I'm saying? So, but then again, at the same time, some people really do need it because there's things that they need to unlock to help them really go forward, because so much damage has happened to them and so much has happened to her. So I guess maybe going to therapy would actually be a better bet for her than just, you know, than just being around the right people.
like depending on people. I don't like burdening them with my problems. And that's why I hide them a lot.
I'm not surprised, especially when she's lived, you know, in the house of the mans, where, you know, having a voice has been a myth.
If Natalia refused to grow, get better, cut ties with the Manses, I'm not sure she could stay here. Individuals with unaddressed trauma, like Natalia has, these are behaviors that are coming from years of rejection and trauma.
I know one thing for me is that I don't like being left. I constantly feel like people are just going to walk out of my life.
And this is where, obviously, you know, the lack of trust of even going to a therapist isn't going to be the one. I mean, she says it's because she doesn't want to be a burden, which, listen, can easily still be a part of the reasons, you know, does not want to be a burden to somebody else. You know, I'm not going to disagree with that, you know, I'm not her. And I can imagine, obviously, that being a legit feeling for herself, because, you know, for me, myself in particular, I will say that there's times I'm like, yeah, I don't really want to be a burden for X, Y, Z. So, yeah, let me just walk away from that person's life, or let me not say anything. It's a mechanism that some of us go through, you know. It's just a mechanism that some of us use, or at least it makes something that we think is a good thing because of our history, when in reality, it's not a good thing, because it is important to tell someone, you know, these things, to let it out.
Personally can't handle someone leaving me anymore. I can't handle caring about somebody.
Reactive attachment syndrome does not just go away. And, you know, there was allegations in her past that she had been sexually inappropriate with other people.
Table, and there were a bunch of male patients there. She was talking to them about being a boyfriend.
I would remember standing up on a table, dancing, taking my clothes off and everything. Is there a video of me actually doing this? Because there's cameras all around that place.
If Natalia doesn't get therapeutic interventions, there's other things that start developing, like personality disorders can come out of untreated RAD. No idea that RAD could lead to bipolar.
I mean, when things get that serious, you know, and things can get to that intense, it's crazy work, you know. I mean, it's crazy because obviously within this, within episode 3, it felt like she was bipolar because she was playing 2 cards, you know. She was playing both families, you know. She was being nice to both families, you know. I mean, like, obviously Nicole said that on camera she was lovely to the mans, but off camera she was nothing but brutally honest about them, you know what I'm saying? So it did feel weird how she was just code switching so quickly. But nah, I didn't think that she was bipolar though. But it crossed my mind, you know. But not in a way of, not in a way that said, oh yeah, I actually feel like you are. Just in that way you're like, yeah, something's not right about you, girl. Are you bipolar or what? You know what I'm saying? Like that sarcastic, joking manner. But now it's coming out that it could be a possibility. That's insane.
disorder, and if that happened to Natalia, that would break my heart.
It's pretty clear to me that Natalia was duped by the Manses. She's completely in the dark about any taxes she may owe. She does not understand the effect that this additional income is going to have on her. She's seeing very little of the money. The bulk of it went to Cynthia and Antoine.
It is crazy because she now has to do the taxes of the money that the man's family used. And she's the one that has to obviously pay off, which is not good because she didn't even spend the money. And they get away with it because they didn't even do the taxes themselves. You know, and Cynthia came out to admit that she didn't do taxes. Why would she do it? And I'm willing to even comply and help her now moving forward. But to be fair, it's a good thing that these things have happened the way they are because it was able to allow Natalia to see how wrong done by she was really being, that was really happening to her, because before she wasn't willing to see that. She was being stubborn and adamant.
Who's stuck paying a bill for the money the Manses tricked Natalia out of? Natalia.
This told Natalia they were going to work with her and help her pay the tax bill, and she believed them. That they're going to take you down with them, that you're going to get a tax bill for money you didn't even get? Don't you care?
I'm not protecting them.
But you just said this is between me and my mom.
Yeah, it comes from a place of protection and motherly love because I know, like, she is like my second mother. But I have trust issues because of everything that I've gone through.
See, the only thing that I question regarding the trust issues, and I'm not saying she doesn't have them, I do get confused why she still wanted to put trust into the man's family. I want to know, was trust ever built within the man's family, or was it a case where she was just flat out scared of them because of the potential information that they may have had about her? So obviously in episode 3, they talk about obviously how Nicole feels like the man's family was blackmailing Natalia. So I'm just curious, because we know trust is definitely an issue for her. What made her want to keep doing the right, protecting them? Because it's a strange thing,
No, I'm so pissed right now.
You can hate them, and I go, they're not going to pay the taxes. No, they're not going to even help you pay the taxes. Nope.
I told Cynthia, I was like, I cannot get cut off. You're gonna be, because there's no way holding cash in. I told her, I was like, I read those statements and I need. You know what? They forget any of that money. I told Cynthia, get cut off. If you get punished for money that you didn't get, that's what I'm saying. You can move to the UK.
It's crazy. With that one last night in there, they said maybe to go to the UK. That's crazy work. But the good thing about this scene is that this was the beginning of Natalia now finally opening her eyes and understanding the decision that she needs to make.
Maybe this is God's way of saying that you can move to the UK.
But after meeting the DePauls and everything and seeing how they are and how their backs are straight and hearing about the doctor that did it, I always thought that doing the surgery, I might be paralyzed. But then I learned if you don't get the surgery at all, you could still go paralyzed.
Well, the good news is that she's now in a position where she actually wants to get the surgery, which is fantastic. Because obviously, as you heard there.
And the federal government said, people in Indiana, we don't know what you people are doing or what earth you're living on, but guess what? We're changing her birthday back. So her naturalization papers are in 2003.
Yeah, so with that being said, in particular, she is 21 has the time of this filming. Because her date of birth has now been changed back to what it was. I mean, obviously, that's a whole mess itself alone, isn't it? I mean, listen, to be honest with you, I definitely don't hold... I'm not going to say that I hold, like, crazy judgment for Natalia because I haven't lived her life. And living her life must have been a nightmare. And the things that could do to you, how that can create you to be the person that you are is nuts. I just hope that she doesn't actually destroy the peacefulness that's that's a part of the DePauls family that we witness here. Because sadly for Natalia, she's prone to basically causing mayhem wherever she goes due to her trauma and her not dealing with it. She needs to deal with it so she doesn't continue being, a headache to families. But of course, she's 20 now, so even being adopted by another family isn't something that's going to happen anyway moving forward, right? Because she's getting to that age where, she's 21, she's probably 22 now, baby. I don't know. But either way, though, she's definitely too old now to be, be able to walk into a family as an adopted person anyway. So that's a good thing. It's just a matter of when she does have a boyfriend now. Obviously, She did come to the UK to visit Neil. I don't know if they're still together, but hopefully she doesn't, you know, disrupt his life in any kind of shape or form, because she does come with this crazy baggage of trauma that sadly impacts the other parts of her life. Yeah, but she needs to obviously get that worked on. Nonetheless, though, let me know your thoughts down below and we'll talk about it. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and of course, peace.